Nice. Hey, a double. Nice going, Fly. Hey, this week we are up at Shady Roost on Lake of the Woods, catching big crappies. You might even get in some walleyes or muskies. Who knows? When you're here, it could be a multi-species bonanza. But this is going to be fun. We're glad you're here. Welcome to the show.
Everybody's running and they never stop, grinding like an engine pushing round the clock. 24/7 big city life just don't end. Well, every now and then I'd like to slow it down. Gonna pack up the camping gear and leave this town. No honking horns or cell phones, just my friends. And we'll go riding cross country in a four-wheel drive, top down.
Another nice one. Hey, look how fat these things are. This is cool. What we're doing is just taking little jig and wraps, and we'll go over everything with you later. You can keep 10 of these a day. So when you've got 2 or 3 guys in a boat with you, you can get one heck of a fish fry. We're going to show you one later that we're doing. We're hopefully going to get some walleyes today and do that as well. But what a great thing, catching crappies, catching walleyes. We got a shot at a muskie later. Lots of stuff going on today. This is fun. Another one there, man, they're fat. That sun is really bright this morning. Right now, this fish are in about 22 to 24 foot of water. It's been hot up here. Everywhere we've been this year summer's been really hot on these fish, so they're getting really deep, plus this water's pretty clear. So I'm doing with that jig and wrap, and I've got a size 5. It's just ripping it about 2 feet off the bottom, letting it go, and they're following it down and hitting it. We've talked about this before, but there's one bait you just don't come to Canada without in 2 or 3 different sizes, and that's a jig and wrap, because it comes in handy for so many different things, especially when the fish are deep. Doesn't matter if it's crappies, doesn't matter if it's walleyes, smallmouth bass, and a jig and wrap, you can catch everything. It's just one of those baits that you just don't leave home without.
Another crappie, Jimmy.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah. We found the school of them.
Yeah.
And they are hungry this morning.
That's what we want. We need hungry crappies.
Right.
Because we'll be hungry later.
Right.
Nice walleye. You never know what you're going to have in here. That would be if there's another one for shore lunch right there. I think we actually have it. I think we have enough though. So, man, when he whacked that, those hooks are so sharp on that bait. There we go. Yep, that would have been a keeper. We got enough walleyes right now for shore lunch, but catching crappies and walleyes, that's fun.
This segment of Jim Crowley Outdoors is brought to you by these and other fine sponsors.
Man, that's a good crappie right there. Look at that one. So we started with the jig and wrap first, and then they kind of went off that, so we switched. Beautiful crappie right there. So then we switched to a little pinpoint minnow, and I'm going to tell you more about that later, but we're just putting live minnows on the back of this pinpoint. We'll go over all of that later, but right now they're right on the bottom in about 25 foot of water. You drop that minnow down, hold it about 6 inches over their head. It's magic. Good one, buddy.
Oh, he's a
nice crappie.
Yeah,
nice crappie, man.
We finally found that school, and it's paying off, sitting right on top of it.
We're building up for a great shore lunch.
Yeah, nice.
There we go. Ugh. Man, these things are fat too. There you go. This is fun catching them like this with real light equipment. Just a beautiful fish. You're allowed 10. I think we said that. You're allowed 10 per person. You get on a school like we're on right now, this can happen really fast. A lot of fun, especially if you have kids. These guys can park you over these crappies. You drop them down. A lot of these hits are pretty hard. There's no doubt, even if it's a child's first time fishing. And it's a great way. Crappies and bluegills, no doubt in my opinion, are the gateway drug when it comes to getting kids hooked on fishing. And Shady Roost is an absolutely fantastic place to get them hooked on things that they could build a memory with you forever. Another crappie. Come here, you. Oh, that is fun. That is fun. Look how pretty those things are. And they get them here up to 15 inches. I mean, that's some big crappies, man. But every one of these, you get 10 of these per person, you are going to have, and you'll see it later, we're going to have one heck of a lunch to show you. But we are filling that cooler really good. We're going to eat good today. Come here. Yeah. You know what? One of the things that's really important, especially when you're catching crappies like this, is to make sure you have a light action rod is a lot better, because if you set the hook really hard on these fish, you have a tendency to tear it. It's just to tear it right out of the fish's face. So we'll go over the equipment a little bit later, but definitely a light action rod, 6 foot, 6'6", medium light to light action. It's going to be the perfect setup.
Another crappie here.
There you go.
Yeah.
How deep was that one?
They were deep. I think
Yeah.
26 or so on that.
Okay.
So one
All right.
for shore lunch.
Nice. Good job. There you go. It's fun. That's just fun. Yeah. Those things are so fun. You're catching them deep like that. That's just a good time. We're over a big school right now, and all kinds of sizes, but all good.
All right. This is a good one.
Hey, there you go.
It's a little better. There.
Goodness.
It is a good size crappie.
Yeah, it is. Nice job, man.
Look at that.
Look at the size of that thing.
Mm-hmm. They're fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man. This one was deep, Jimmy.
Yeah.
They're like 30-some feet of water. Oh, hey.
Hey,
Walleye.
walleye, surprise.
I know. Nice.
Good one. We've already got enough for shore lunch, so
All right. We won't
Yeah.
pick him, but let's make
Good.
him a star and move on.
for sure. There we go. Another nice crappie here. Come here. They move around. I'll tell you what, this is one, I mean, if you had forward-facing sonar, that'd be great, but 2D sonar is still one of the best ways that you can locate these fish. We're just going along the bottom, and all of a sudden you'll see little arcs or just lines, and then you can literally tell, are they a foot off the bottom, are they 2 feet off the bottom? And most times with crappies, it's better off keeping it just above their heads. So when you do that, I'm not making really hard jerks with the rod tip. All I'm doing is kind of trying to get it above their heads and just shaking it there, and all of a sudden the rod will just load. They're being kind of tentative today, so sometimes those big up and down movements are not going to do it. Just kind of shaking that rod tip. Pretend like it when it gets that tough, pretend almost like you're ice fishing. Those little subtle movements are going to get you bites. There we go. That one's getting a little bit heavier to lift there. Look at that beautiful fish right there. This is cool. Got a waterfall behind us, and this is what you come to Canada for. Beautiful scenery, catching fish, walleyes, crappies, perch, bass. I got it all here at Shady Roost. What a great time.
Welcome to Shady Roost Lodge, providing you the all-inclusive Canadian experience. We are just a short hour and 15 minutes over the border from International Falls, Minnesota. And once you're here, we take care of everything. It is a truly all-inclusive experience. From the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed in the evening, your day is set up for success. Whether you want to fish all day and all night, fish a little bit throughout the course of the day, you're fully guided, all included. All your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have breakfast and dinner served in our dining room. Fish for whatever you'd like, whether it's walleye, northern, smallies, cast for some muskies in the afternoon. The boys pull up on an island, make you truly the best lunch experience that there is on Lake of the Woods, the Canadian shore lunch. And then come back in the afternoon, the guides process your fish for you, get them put in the freezer for your trip home. You get to relax, unwind, hang out in our bar area here, right on the water, start a fire on the fire deck in the evenings. We have a great bar, party room area to hang out in the evenings, shovelboard, poker tables, foosball, a couple big flat screen TVs. Shady Roost can be as much or as little as you want it to be when it comes to fishing, but the experience itself, unwinding in the Canadian wilderness, is truly one of a kind and indescribable. Until you've tried it, this is what you're looking for.
This segment of Jim Crowley Outdoors is brought to you by these and other fine sponsors.
There we go. That's a real nice fish there. Come here. Come here. Yeah, he hammered it. He hammered it. What a nice crappie that is right there. What a beautiful fish. Look at the size of these things. This is so much fun, and they're hitting so hard. Imagine having your kids up here doing this. How much fun you would have. How much fun they would have. You gotta get the Shady Roost. Oh man. Awesome. This literally is one after the other, one after the other. How much fun is that? I keep saying fun, but it is. We got a double on right now. We got fly, got hooked up with another one here. We're gonna bring both of these in together. Good job, man. Look at the size of that one. Holy cow, dude. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, there's a couple faces only a mother could love, huh? Check that out. This guy's on them right here, boy. We are having a great time. When you come up here to Shady Roost, these guys will always put you on the fish. They're a lot of fun. They really know what they're talking about. They're gonna make sure you and your family have an absolutely awesome time. Have you got another crappie?
We were just sitting on top of these things, and they are left and right, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, look at that.
All good.
Beautiful. Look at the size of that thing. So awesome.
I know. Tons of fun. Let's bring the kids up here.
Nice walleye there. Hit that jig and wrap again. That's what we're talking about for shore lunch there. That's what we're talking about there. Yeah, come here. Come here. Come here. Gotcha. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, buddy. Man, he racked that thing. Did he hit that thing hard? We are going to eat good this afternoon. Matter of fact, we're probably going to catch a couple more of these. We're going to show you what it looks like when you have an awesome, awesome Canadian shore lunch.
We'll let the outdoors wash your cares away, slowing things down on a Saturday. Whenever that smoke-filled city gets too much, well, we're gonna drive out to the country for a pick-me-up. Yeah, we're gonna pick me up. Shed those big city blues. Country changes attitudes. We've got nothing to lose. We'll go riding cross country in a four-wheel drive, top down dirt road so alive. Pitch a tent near my best fishing spot. Gonna dive into the water if it gets too hot. We're hiking up a mountain thing.
Another nice smallie here. Decent anyway. He whacked that DT8. They're a little scattered this time of year because it's been so warm. But yeah, there you go. Look how pretty that fish is. My goodness, I just love these, no matter the size. And this time of year, it's been so warm this year. Everything's been so deep, and but they are definitely feeding up for fall. Eventually, what these fish are going to do is these temperatures cool down. They're going to start moving out to deeper reefs. And right now, just having fun throwing that DT8 and in that perch color, and always a killer for smallmouth. Just these are always fun. So many different species of fish to catch here. Just a great day. Just a great day. See ya. Whoa! Come on, you. Just don't stab at him. Let me get. There you go. There you go. Nice one. There you go. Look at that. Nice net job. Woo. Look at that fat. Ah, get over here. There's a nice fat smallmouth. Man, we're catching everything today. So much fun. And the smallmouth are relating to these windy banks with some of this wood on it. I'm taking that DT8 and cranking it down the edge. Put that fish back and just putting it down the edge of those trees. One thing to tell you for sure, anytime you come to Canada, especially Lake of the Woods, there's two crankbait colors that you're always going to want. One is going to be a red crawdad type crankbait. That's because of the rusty crawfish. The other one is a perch color, because right now, this time of year, that's what those fish are feeding on. Our perch have those two. You definitely put the odds in your favor. This segment of Jim Crowley Outdoors is brought to you by Precision Sonar. For all your sonar needs, custom mounts, and trusted brands, including the Leash, Graph Glass, Ninja Grass Blade, and more, PrecisionSonar.com. Man, it's a lot of fun catching crappies today, and of course I want to go over the setup with you. Now, the rod we're using for you rod builders, this is actually part of my signature series rod kits from Mudhole, and the blank on this is the SJ782. It's a 6.6 light action rod. Now, this is what I use a lot for a Ned rig for both largemouth and smallmouth, but it's also great for fishing crappies 30 foot deep. It's a great panfish rod. I've caught stock trout on it, and it's really good when you got to throw a jig minnow combo for walleyes. I've got the compressed carbon fiber reel seat on here from American Tackle, as well as the microwave guides. It's just a great setup. It casts far when you need to do that for light baits, but again, for vertical jigging, a lot of power in the back end. Great stick. Now for the reel, one of my absolute favorites in the Cast King lineup, and that is a Kestrel. This is in size 1000. Now this reel has a 6:2 to 1 gear ratio. It's got 10+1 ball bearings, and it actually has a little patented lip design right here that allows you to cast lighter line quicker. The line comes off the spool much easier. What a little powerhouse of a reel. It's got over 13 pounds of drag pressure. This is great for walleyes, great for panfish, largemouth, smallmouth. This is just an awesome setup. Now, the lures that we use today for fishing those crappies, there were two of them. And the first one, when the fish were more active, was just Rapala's Jig and Wrap in the size 5, and that is the purple descent color. When fish are active, and sometimes even when they're not hitting live bait, sometimes the best lure that you can throw at them, especially vertical jigging, no question in my mind, when you come to Canada especially, you just don't go anywhere without that Jig and Wrap. Now, when the action slowed down, we had to drop down to a jig and minnow. And this is a brand new jig from Lure Parts Online called a pinpoint jig. You'll see where the line tie is right here. It helps to keep the jig horizontal. It's got a very strong and very sharp little hook right here, which has a great keeper that you can put a plastic trailer on there, and it also helps keep your minnow hooked really good. Once the crappie's inhaled that little hook is deadly on there. Just a great little jig head right there, and that is the setup for that. Now what I'm going to tell you about is the line a little bit, and the line is just typical what I always use when I'm fishing a spinning reel. It's 10-pound Suffix 832. That's 10-pound braid. It's a sinking braid. Now for the crappies, I didn't go any heavier than 8-pound test, and I did that because there were some walleyes down there too, and I wanted to make sure 6 was just a little bit too light with the rocks down there. So I was using Suffix fluorocarbon, advanced fluorocarbon in the 8-pound test. That completes the entire setup. You bring a setup like this to Canada, there's a variety of species of fish that you will be able to catch. Now later in the day, when we changed things up and tried to go for smallmouth for a little bit, we started catching them on a crankbait. Now the crankbait is Rapala's DT8, and you can probably see how beat up this thing is with the smallmouth we were catching. Now granted, most of the smallmouth are deeper this year, but we did find some steep banks with trees on them, and cranking that DT8 through those trees, well, that got us some really nice smallmouth. That's just loaded with teeth marks on here. That was just so much fun. I'm cranking it on Suffix 12-pound advanced fluorocarbon. That's usually what I use when I'm throwing balsa baits. So that DT8 right there is two colors. There's actually that demon color, which is a red crawfish, which is always great on Lake of the Woods. But this time of year, they are feeding on perch a lot, and that simple perch color and that DT8, those are two crankbaits that I just don't come to Lake of the Woods without. They are very, very effective. We've showed this crankbait rod a couple times on the show this year because it's been so effective, even with small swim baits. But this is a CB 845 blend. Okay, so for you rod builders, this is a blend of different graphites. It has a great back end section, but it has more of a parabolic action, almost like fiberglass. But there's a lot of power in that back end, so it helps you to throw light balsa baits a really far distance. Of course, I have a compressed carbon fiber reel seat from American Tackle on here, and the microwave guides. I build just about all my rods with the compressed carbon fiber reel seat and microwave guides because they just add even more to that sensitivity. Now for the reel, again, we've talked about this reel a lot this year because it's been great in a lot of situations, and this is Cast King's MG12. It's made out of magnesium alloy. It has a 7:5 to 1 gear ratio, has 11+1 ball bearings, and weighs only 4.8 ounces. Now, don't mistake lightweight for no power. With the way this reel is built, it's not only great fitting in your hand, but it has a lot of power in this reel. It also throws really light weights a long distance. And when I like to throw a lot of Rapala baits, which are balsa, I've never had a reel throw a balsa bait farther and a lighter weight balsa bait than this MG12. Absolutely fantastic reel. So this is the entire setup that we use. It helped us catch some smallmouth bass, and one big surprise. Let's see. He ain't done yet though. He's not, at least you can get a good look at him there. It's a big pike. You know, he's going to run again though, I can tell you. Yep. He's going to run again. Just got to take your time with this, especially with light line. There's not too much you can do. I'm going to try to get him back over this way. He may run again though. But if you think you can, get him, we'll try. Looky there. Looky there. Patience paid off. Patience paid off. So we're going to put this pike back. Oh, that was fun. Fishing for smallmouth, and guess who comes up and sees me? There he goes. Oh, okay. So let's go through this. So we caught perch, crappie, walleye, smallmouth bass, northern pike. We had a great time at Shady Roost. You want to find out more, go to shadyroost.com, and you should. It's going to be great for your family, for your friends, for corporate groups. Our best place, the place we have so much fun and catch so many fish in Ontario, is Shady Roost Lodge. Thank you so much for joining us this week. If you had half as much fun as we did, I think you had a pretty good time. Until next time, I'm Jim Crowley. God bless you. We'll see you soon. We sure appreciate you joining us today, and if you enjoyed what you watched, please check us out on social media, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. God bless us with a fantastic day today, and I hope He does exactly the same for you on your next fishing trip. See you soon.